Let's get more on our top story today, the announcement of a federal royal commission into the Bondi Beach tragedy. We can speak live now to former Treasurer and Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party, Josh Frydenberg. Mr Frydenberg, thanks for your time on Sky News today. The Prime Minister says he has listened and a royal commission will go ahead. Presumably, you feel that's the right call?
I do, and 25 days after the Bondi massacre, I welcome the Prime Minister's announcement of a Royal Commission. I think it's a big opportunity for our country to rebuild, to reset and to repair our nation after what has been a terrible 2.5 years of harassment, hate and violence directed towards the Jewish community, which culminated in Australia's deadliest terrorist attack. This announcement of a Royal Commission could have happened earlier. It should have happened earlier, but only because of the overwhelming weight of public opinion. Tens of thousands of Australians from every walk of life, from every corner of the nation, started to call on the Prime Minister to announce a Royal Commission, recognising that while the Bondi attack was one that targeted the Jewish community, it was actually a threat to every Australian, and I'm very pleased that the Prime Minister and his government have now relented and made this announcement.
Virginia Bell is going to lead the commission. What do you feel about her appointment?
Well, she's obviously a very distinguished lawyer, having been on the High Court, and I will support her work and that of the Commission. The subject matter is too important to fail. A lot is riding on the success of this Royal Commission because it's unforgivable and unforgettable what has happened in Australia over the last 2.5 years with the riots, with the boycotts, with the divestment and the targeting and firebombing of Jewish places of worship. My point about Virginia Bell's appointment that I made public was that you would have thought after 2.5 years of this unbelievably bad behaviour we've seen in our country towards the Jewish community that the Prime Minister would have got the support of the Jewish leadership for his choice before putting that name out into the public realm. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but now that the decision's been made, the appointment's been made, the Jewish community as well as the broader Australian community will obviously get behind this Royal Commission and try to make it the success it must be.
Yeah, how confident are you the Jewish community will be listened to throughout this process?
I'm confident because ultimately it's in Australia's national interest to get to the bottom of the motivations, the ideology, the individuals, the organisations that is fanning these flames of hate that have been so prominent and pervasive across the country over the last 2.5 years. It's such a tragedy that it culminated in the attack at Bondi Beach. 15 people lost their lives, including the beautiful 10-year-old Matilda. And it's in their name that we must all strive to do better. It's in their name that we must secure the safety of all Australians. We need to promote democracy, but we most importantly need to promote the values that underpin our democracy: tolerance, understanding and a fair go. And I think there's a lot of work to be done by this Royal Commission, by the government, by every Australian to promote education, to promote more de-radicalisation, to have greater law enforcement, and of course we need as a country better leadership.
Just anecdotally, how are you feeling just 5 days out from the 1-month anniversary? Do you feel like the mood of the nation has changed at all? Is it for the better? Do Jewish people feel safer?
Well, obviously I'm deeply saddened, like every Australian is, about what happened at Bondi Beach, and we should never forget not just the fact that 15 people lost their lives, but some 40 people were badly injured, and there are still people in hospital as we speak who are fighting for their lives. And so this was a very traumatic event, and it was an unfortunate wake-up call for the country because what we needed to do is reset. We needed to rebuild the relationships, and we needed to repair our social cohesion. And the Royal Commission is the opportunity to do that, but there are going to be many uncomfortable truths that we're going to have to confront here about how anti-Semitism has become normalised in our country, how it's become a cancer on society, and we need to root it out. And that's going to require some hard and courageous decisions from the leadership, not just political, but from the civic leadership across our nation, federal and state.
OK, Josh Frydenberg, we really appreciate your time on Sky News today. Thanks.